Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca Gabrielle. Welcome to my YouTube channel Living with Spice. We're going to do a monthly card reading for the month of June for Scorpio. Now if you're new to my channel, a very warm welcome to you. You may not know that I am a psychic intuitive. I do card readings, soul coaching, and I am an author of The Power of Soul Loving. If you are not new, welcome back. You probably realise that I do both monthly and weekly reads. The monthly reading helps us to give a broad perspective across many weeks, gives us an idea of themes of things that are likely to happen, and Spirit is here to lovingly guide you through the events of your life, the energies that you're likely to encounter, and how to make the best choices possible. If you're enjoying my videos, please let me know. Give it a thumbs up and certainly share it with your family and friends. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love you to do that too. You will receive notifications every time I post a video. It also means that more people get to see my channel. All right, Scorpio, let's see what is in store for you for the month of June. Okay, Scorpio, I'm going to start with seeing what cards are setting the theme for the month of June for you. I've pre-shuffled these cards, but it's always good to give them another shuffle before we begin. Scorpio, month of June. Okay, so I'm just getting a feel for the flavour of what's coming up here, and I'm getting a sense that there's a decision that needs to be made in your life around finances, around the future. It will affect family life, and what you're wanting to achieve going forward. So there's discussion in the home, perhaps with your partner, around the future and what it is that you're both wanting. And certainly you're looking hopefully towards the future, as in with hope and with positivity. And there's discussions around what that means. Are you going to stay where you are? Are you going to move? What kinds of changes are coming up for you? So there's discussion possibly about travel, but it's certainly the kind of discussion that means that there could potentially be a shift and a change of focus in your life going forward. We've got the Queen of Cups energy, and I feel this is you, Scorpio. This is you really stepping into your Queen energy. You're feeling calm, compassionate, wise. You're offering your assistance and your help to those special people in your life that you're closest to. And you're quite empathetic at this point in time. You're feeling a lot of deep emotion, and that's bringing out the compassionate side of you, Scorpio. So you're trying to assist this process of discussion and be understanding. So you're coming from a listening point of view, which is really lovely. And you're very well aware of the fact that there's a lot of patience that's required in these kinds of discussions when change is inevitable. And you're looking to balance the energies as best you can. So we see that with the Temperance card here. And you're very capable of doing this, of being patient and seeing the bigger picture and understanding the deeper emotions and what's at stake. And you're actually really stepping into your wisdom and your higher self here to assist this process of understanding and sort of, temper the energies between wanting to take action and feeling at times impatient, and then tempering that with coming back into your empathetic, compassionate self, and realizing that it does take a little bit of effort to get that balance, but you're working towards that, and that's really important. sometimes there's a need to feel, sometimes you feel the need to protect yourself in terms of defending your actions or defending your beliefs. And perhaps that stems from deeper issues within you of, you know, feeling a little triggered sometimes that you need to defend your position. But I don't think there's any malintent towards you, Scorpio. I think it's just old patterns of behaviour that come up where you feel that you need to protect yourself. It's more of a self-protection rather than anything. I actually don't feel that the energy in this reading that anybody's, you know, out to attack you or anything. It's just that sometimes in your triggered moments when you're feeling a little more vulnerable, you have this need to protect yourself, to protect your beliefs, protect your home, protect whatever you feel is important to you. And that's just, I suppose, a little bit of an understanding of yourself. There are times when you feel that you need to stand up to articulate what it is that you believe. And we see that with the Queen of Swords, where you are very, you have a little bit of a mission, a bit of a purpose here, and you want to say what's important, and you feel there are times that you just don't want to sit back. You want to actually step forward to say, hey, this is the way it needs to be. And you're coming at it from a wise point of view, as in you've noticed something is important that needs to be stated. And for the most part, you're doing it from a place of caring. There's also a sense of you feeling that you now have a purpose, and you're feeling quite inspired, and your self-esteem has been raised recently, and you sort of stepping forward to be of assistance. And it's with compassion. There's no aggression here. It's with the right kind of heart, and that's really lovely, really beautiful. Okay, so it's a really nice energy, Scorpio, and you are stepping, despite changes that are happening around you in the beginning of June, and some decisions being made or thoughts about the future. You're coming from a compassionate point of view and offering your assistance in a very calm way, which we can see with the Queen of Cups here. She's very calm, and that cup there is to offer your love, compassion, being very mindful of energies that are surrounding you and wanting to keep a good balance, particularly within yourself. There is a little bit of toing and froing there, but you manage to keep your stuff together, if you know what I mean. And then you channel that energy in a positive way by stepping forward to with a purpose. You have a good-hearted intention and purpose as you step forward into the month of June. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see what else is unfolding. We're using the Power Tarot deck here for Scorpio. So with the Emperor card here, 5 of Raphael. Okay. There's some intensity. There's things that you're going through, some changes. Now, the Emperor energy here is very similar to the Queen of Swords, I feel, in this reading. We've got the Emperor here. And this is you needing to step into that confident, take charge energy. And you are stepping up to the plate to provide assistance, guidance, wisdom, direction. Being a leader in the forefront here of what needs to happen on the home front. This card is helping me to feel that it's the home front. Can you see how this person, which is you, standing in front of it's like the front door to your home. And so, yeah, I'm getting a feeling that that you're stepping up to create some kind of leadership or taking a stand. Yeah, you're very much stepping forward in both these two cards, the Queen and the Emperor, stepping forward to have your say, to take a stand, to provide stability, direction, and to sort of like take charge of a situation. But you're coming from a good place, I can see. Now, there are changes here. The Five of Raphael lets us know that there's a few wobbles that happen here. And just know that things that don't quite work out the way you had, expected or had set in your own mind, there's a little bit of disappointment around that. And this is life, Scorpio. Sometimes we just need to be able to accept that not everything does turn out the way we'd like it to, and that we need to be able to sort of let things go, and sort of move away from those things that don't quite work out. So we've got the Five of Raphael here, and we can see these empty packages that have been opened, and it's Archangel Raphael is watching over and wanting to provide some healing guidance. And the guidance here is, you know what, let it be, walk away. Not everything works out exactly as we hope for, but instead refocus your energy on things that are the positives, and look for the better options. Because sometimes when we get very fixed in our ways, Scorpio, it doesn't help us. If you notice here, we might have some packages on the floor here that are empty and not what you thought, but over here, sitting on the buffet, we've got a beautifully wrapped present there. So it really is about refocusing your attention on the things that are actually worthwhile focusing on. Because in life we just don't get everything the way we want it to. But there are positives definitely here that are worth you noticing. And certainly as we move to the Eight of Raphael, we are being guided, Scorpio, to see the positives ahead for you, and to refocus your attention, and for you to do what you know is right for you. So there is the guidance in this card is that there's something better waiting for you, and it is time for you to cross that bridge away from that mindset, the life that you've been living, the way you've been expecting things to be. It's actually time to move on from that. So in this picture we have this lady waiting at the bridge, and she's being beckoned to cross the bridge to something better. That it's time to leave what was here, what you thought was going to be for you, is no longer needed, relevant, and this, the Five of Raphael is clearly saying it's time to move on from those things, and to let go of what you thought you wanted and what you thought was there, and to move away from those expectations and realise there's actually something better for you going forward. And then we have the Lovers card, and this lets us know it's time to make choices from your heart, to get out of your head and to move into a heart space here, and to really come from a place of compassion in your life, and you're going to attract this beautiful loving energy within, deep within. And when we live our life from a place of love, there's so much incredible power to manifest beautiful things in our life. I'm just going to turn this extra light on so we have more light here on the subject matter. And I have not got that plugged in, so we won't worry. So that's it. Yeah, it really is. Having a change of heart, having a change of focus is really important. Okay. We're going to use the Good Tarot deck, and we ask you, Spirit, to let us know what else can help assist Scorpio through the month of June. We see Scorpio stepping up and taking a leadership role for things around the family situation, home front. Then there's a change where things are not quite turning out as one expected. However, there's positive opportunities ahead which needs to be noticed, And then realizing the need to make choices from the heart. Okay, so tell us a little bit more about those choices, Spirit, for Scorpio. We've got the World cards. There's certainly change happening here, quite significant change. The Two of Fire, getting ready to move on. And the Two of Air, decisions. And the Five of Fire. There's definitely change happening in your world at the moment, Scorpio. So we have the World card here, which certainly does suggest that quite significant things are changing in your world, and it's time for you to really bring on a new perspective in the way you are seeing things, or the way you have excuse me, traditionally seen things. It's really important to remember that above all, you are an immortal soul. You're a spirit first before anything. And you know, we're in this physical realm, living a physical life as a human being. Just know that you are being watched over and guided by Spirit in all that you do, and that Spirit is working with you as you move through the changes in your life and you learn and grow. So as you align yourself with Spirit, with your higher self, and you focus on the bigger picture of things, it will help you to understand why things evolve and turn out the way they do, and to recognize that now's the time for you to shift your perspective so that you're not so much focused on the immediate events in your physical life, but rather you're able to step back with a broader perspective to understand why things are evolving the way they are. The Two of Fire is you're really you're recognizing the change, and you're becoming a little bit more creative, and you're starting to think about the future with future planning and your dreams and what that means for you, and to start to trust in the process of how the universe is assisting you to make these changes. You're recognizing it's a new beginning for yourself, and you're wanting to sort of follow your passion and find the best way ahead for you. Now, the light of the Spirit, which is represented by the lantern here, is there to guide you, is in front, and all you need to do is follow that light, Scorpio. Follow what it is that inspires you, that you feel passionate about, that warms your heart. That's what you need to do to begin this new phase. Sometimes we can feel overwhelmed when we know that there's a big change going through in our life, a big transformation. But you don't have to have all the answers straight away. You don't have to have, you know, the entire picture laid out before you. But what Spirit is saying is follow that light, follow that inspiration, what warms your heart, what you feel passionate about, what's important for you. And the universe will guide you as you move along. The Two of Air card here, well, let's just get to the Five of Air card. Five Fire card, which is, you know, more change in the wind. It's about you understanding that you've got the power to explore different ideas, and that, you know, what may seem a little crazy today when ideas come to you could actually be could actually really work out well in the future. So use your imagination, Scorpio. Go for it. Allow yourself to be inspired and to play with ideas in your mind. This is a period of time of change for you, and you know, the best way forward is to actually envision your future. What would you like it to be like? So this is a time for sort of looking at things from outside of the box, and to really play with the ideas and to imagine, well, what if I did this? And what if I did that? And so Spirit is encouraging you. This is all part of the transformation process of working it out as you go, how you'd like to be, how you'd like to feel, and what you imagine the future would be like for you. Because you are the one here creating your life and creating your reality. and Spirit's reminding you that it is up to you. You know, when you step back and look at the bigger picture first, that's the best thing. Step back and have a look. Then do what it is that inspires you and follow that light and that passion and play with ideas. This truly is a time of transformation and you having the ability and the power to create your reality. Now we'll just take a look at the Two of Air card here, which again I feel is about you having choices and thinking about other ways to do things. So the Two of Air here is, there are moments when you feel unsure what to do, and you're going through a period of time of considering your options, which we saw here with the Two of Pentacles, in that Two of Pentacles is also working out your finances and your physical life and how you'd like that to look. So you're going through a period of imagining. So the Two of Air is you being in your head and you working out what it is that is most important to you. Now, there's no rush with the energy of this reading for June is not saying to me that you're needing to rush to make decisions. It's just that you're going through this process at the moment. The most important thing is to follow that heart light of yours, of what we saw come up in this card here. You know, as you're going through the process of thinking and mulling over things, allow yourself to be drawn by what you feel most inspired and passionate about. And that will help you to gain clarity as you're considering different options. And to take your time and just remain in a state of peace, Scorpio. That will help you with the process of becoming clearer about what it is that you want and how to progress forward. You don't have to have the answers all in one go. I'm going to pull some cards from the, I do forget the name of this deck now. I think it's the Enchanted Map deck. No, it's an Earth deck. Earth Magic, that's what it is. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance for Scorpio. There really is actually a really beautiful, calm energy here as you're going through this transformation, and an opportunity for you to feel calm in that loving energy and to see things differently. Your energy is shifting and changing, Scorpio. You are receiving a wake-up call of some kind, and sometimes we need a bit of a poke or a kick up the bum to wake us up. We've got the Vigilance card, ebb and flow, and perspective. Yeah, it really is. Spirit's trying to help you to really sort of have that wake-up call so that you are listening and making the appropriate changes instead of staying in that stuck energy of the Two of Air. So the tsunami call sometimes can be a little bit of a shock when we're not listening. So treat this as a bit of a flag, a heads up. So if you decide to be stubborn and return to your stubborn ways and to not let go of things, of your disappointments, then the tsunami comes. You know, the universe says, right, well, this person's not paying attention, we need to get their attention. So, you know, you kind of want to avoid that because it's usually a little unpleasant if you are hanging on to things, you know, resentment, disappointment. If you're hanging on to that lower energy, we end up sort of falling off the perch, getting a bit of a shock, and you don't really want to do that. So consider this as a heads up so that you can avoid drama in your life. Sometimes it's avoidable. Sometimes external circumstances happen that we're not expecting. So we're yet to see how that unfolds. But certainly at some point you do receive a wake-up call, and the intensity of that will be dependent upon how aware you are of yourself and your circumstances around you. So if something does happen, an unexpected event outside of your control, then just know that this is not the time to step into denial. This is the best time to actually be honest, and come from a heart place and to confront the truth so that the pathway forward is easier for you. Quite often it's not until events happen in our life and we look back that we then have some understanding and wisdom around the situation and why it's happened, and that there were clues along the way just before the lead up of an event. And it's usually not so much about the event itself, but the energy, our own energy and the energy around us that's pointing towards the climax of something before something goes boom. And so if you are being consciously aware of your energy, and the more you come from a heart space, and the more willing you are to let go of disappointments and regret, the less intense the wake-up call will be. So let's just see how things move on from there. We've got stone people, vigilance. Okay, let's have a look at this one. There's a real sort of sturdy strength with this card, and a real sense of grounded earth energy here. I'm just reading the book here for some guidance around this card. It's about remaining vigilant at this time. So if something occurs in your life that you're not expecting, the best way to manage it is to really come from a place of vigilance and groundedness, which means allowing yourself to be open in your mind and in your senses to what is happening around you, and to be consciously aware using your eyes, your ears, your physical sensations, being detached from your thoughts. So really coming from an observer point of view. You know, if we can imagine these beautiful mountains and monoliths, these stones have been here forever, it would seem, and observed life coming and going, and gathered the wisdom over the period of time as events happen. You know, the storms in life that come and go. So Scorpio, Spirit is saying that if something unexpected happens that catches you by surprise, take an observer position and really keep an open mind and be consciously aware of everything around you. Observe. Be detached somewhat, and just trust your gut instincts, your gut feelings around what's going on and what you need to be wary of. It's also asking you to pay close attention to something that's an opportunity that comes up that potentially is going to enhance your life and the life of others. That's interesting. So maintain your vigilance in terms of your self-awareness and awareness of the things around you, Scorpio. Check in with your body too. Our body is amazing at being able to guide us when we listen to how our body is responding to things. It's such a wonderful way to communicate to us what is going on. You know, check in with your stomach, your breathing, your heart, your thoughts. Your body, you know, is incredibly grounded and picks up the senses of what is happening in the physical world. And then really examine changes that are happening from a heart place, and use your intuition and really detach from the physical event itself, and take a deep breath and really stand grounded in who you know you are. And it's going to really help you to go through and to process whatever changes are happening. And just know that the changes are meant to be. That it's part of the process of you moving on to something better. That sometimes things need to fall away, and we need to have the wake-up calls in order for us to clear the deck and to move forward. But it's really calling you to have a higher perspective and come from a higher place where there's a higher vibration to your energy, and you're tapping into your wisdom and your intuitive knowledge, rather than hanging on to a low energy of, having a stubborn mindset and holding on to the past. That actually has to go, and the more you hang on to that, the more you're going to get a kick up the bum, basically. So, Spirit is asking you to go with the ebb and flow here. Ride the waves and really feel into the physicality of your experiences to help give you the messages that Spirit is trying to teach you, what you need to focus on. And again, we've got this perspective card, the Milky Way, is really, you really are going through some spiritual changes that are teaching you to see things with a different perspective and see things from the bigger picture point of view. Now that message keeps coming out. Okay, so we've got a number of cards here, also about stepping into your Queen energy, and the Emperor energy is about leadership. It's about seeing the bigger picture. We've got the World card here as well. All of these things are asking you to, this is your time to grow and really shift the way you traditionally have always thought of things, the way you've seen things, to step back and really come from your higher self, not your lower self. Your higher self is your soul wisdom of what you know, and to really stay grounded and observe what is going on in the physical realm, and draw upon what your intuition and your gut feelings are telling you about the situation. It's going to put you in a far more powerful, self-empowered position to understand why things are evolving the way they are and why it is better. Now, remembering that you are moving towards something that is better for you. This life here of what you were hoping for and expecting has finished, it's changed, and you're moving towards something better, okay? So all of these things, remember we've got the Lovers card here too. Love is moving into your life here. All of these things are about the physical transformation. You've got a combination here of both the physical and the emotional and spiritual. We had this at the beginning. Balancing these two energies. The fire is the physicality of your life, and the cup here of is representing your emotions and being connected with spirit. You've got growth happening on both fronts here, and you learning to balance both and to use the energies, leveraging the energies of both these things. So sometimes we need to have physical change in our life to have the lessons that we need, right? This is the physical change, the tsunami, the wake-up call, the physical event, and the ebb and flow, the emotions and the things that happen. That's why we're in this physical realm, to provide us a landscape for learning and growing. And so you're going through these changes. With all of that said, keep your focus going forward, okay? Don't forget to do that. Focus on what it is that inspires you. Keep that heart, stay in that heart energy of the Queen, wanting to give and to assist and come from a place of compassion, and that energy will help you move through this process of change, knowing that the change is leading to something better. So I'm going to just pull a couple of cards from the Magdalene Oracle card deck. Thank you, Spirit, for this beautiful guidance for Scorpio for the month of June. Change is usually not comfortable, but just know that the outcome is positive, and that's why we always get challenged to keep our focus on going forward, not what's not getting stuck in our thoughts, which is the two of air energy, where we're sort of weighing up the pros and cons and things, but we've got to eventually shift out of that. There you go. Place of gratitude helps you going through this process. Transformation card. There we go. So the gratitude card, I think, is probably quite obvious. This energy is so beautiful, helping you to really, from a place of spirit, to appreciate the change that is going through. It will help you to find inner peace when we really come from a place of understanding that our challenges are there to help us grow, and knowing that spirit is with you to help. Okay, so more specifically in the book here, if you happen to be experiencing some challenges with regards to your career or your business, Spirit is saying that you can overcome the difficulty through gratitude. Stop dwelling on what you think is missing and be grateful for all you already have. There's so much in your life to be grateful for, and it is through gratitude the universe showers you with blessings. So there's no need, Scorpio, for negativity and fear, because that's going to block the flow of abundance coming to you. So just have faith that things are going to turn out well for you. Keep going, be grateful for what is, and stay positive as best you can. A beautiful affirmation here is, I give thanks for all the blessings in my life. I give thanks for all the abundance in my life. I am always safe. And just remember, all things pass, the difficulties in life, they eventually pass, they move on. It's, like the ebb and flow. Nothing stays the same. Things are always moving on. So just adopt this beautiful, peaceful place of gratitude and really see all of the things that you have achieved in your life. Don't be focused, avoid focusing on, spilt milk, so to speak, the empty packages, and really see the positive opportunities ahead for you, which is that gift there. And that's about having gratitude for what is, what has been, in order to prepare you going forward. The transformation card, well, I think we realise, we do know you're going through transformation. And sometimes, as I was saying before, it's not comfortable, and it does sometimes feel like our world is a little bit upside down. But Spirit is saying there is no need for concern, because all of this is a positive transformation, especially in relation to your work or your finances. Spirit is encouraging you to stay calm, that what feels like a storm is actually going to clear very soon, and you're going to discover that things have been organised by the universe to work out a lot better than you first imagined. So don't fear the changes that are taking place. It's all necessary, and sometimes we just need to be patient with that process, Scorpio. With every beginning, with every ending comes a new beginning. And that's what we need to remind ourselves, and just trust the process and allow this period of time to prepare you appropriately. Life is always going to be transforming and unfolding as you are growing through this. And even if you do feel unsettled for a little bit, try to be flexible in your thinking and be open to new ideas, because there's certainly a bright new future awaiting for you. Things are working itself out for you, Scorpio. So be patient with the process. Stay in a heart space of energy. Be focused on what it is that you love to do. And things are going to work out in the end. It's all part of a process of life, isn't it? Transformation and being able to go with the ebb and flow. We all have to learn how to do that, and to do that well. But you have beautiful energy, and you do have this amazing ability to see things from a bigger picture point of view. And Spirit is reminding you, now is the time for you to do this. And stay in that beautiful heart energy of the Queen. You've got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords here. You can do this. There are better things waiting for you. It's just a matter of time and going through the process. So I'm wishing you well for the month of June, Scorpio, and stay tuned for the weekly reads, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.